Good morning everybody, welcome back to another video. It's actually afternoon. Yep, definitely wouldn't be a Red Fang video if I didn't do that, would it? Let's be fair. I hope you're all alright. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to do another War Thunder video. I'm really genuinely sorry about that. It's been absolutely hectic here. For those of you who did watch the Red Dead 2 video, which I'm guessing wasn't a lot of you, but that's perfectly fine. You know, I wasn't expecting it to be that popular. It was just, I figured it was better than uploading nothing. I had some footage, I may as well use it. Yeah, as most of you who watched that video will know, my TV died. The charger for the PS4 controllers died as well. So I'm now, the PS4 controller charger has been replaced, thankfully. But I'm currently using a very old 32-inch TV. It is a HD TV, but it's about a decade old. It's like one of the first ones, and it's just terrible. It cuts off all the corners to games, and so I've been kind of avoiding War Thunder like the plague recently, just because of that. I've been working 8 till 4 every day, all week, you know, with the exception of Saturday and Sundays. But then Saturday and Sundays have been used packaging things up and getting ready to move. Av has the evenings, so we have to move house, which is not a mean feat in and of itself. Moving house has got to be one of my pet hates, so that's horrible. But the dining room at the moment, I'm looking at it right now, it looks like a bomb has hit it. There are boxes everywhere, there's all sorts of shit all over the place. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the PC to actually do a thumbnail for this video, but we'll see how that goes. Other than that though, I'm actually alright. I'm quite enjoying my job, and so far things are going rather well. Today I had to go to a day centre for half a day. I managed to talk myself into only doing half a day rather than a day, because frankly it's not really my thing. But I've got to do it as part of my apprenticeship, unfortunately. But it's done now, and as I said, I managed to talk myself into having half of the day off, hence this video today. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be sat here. So, let's get down to business. So, I'm going to have to see if I can get my head around where we are at the moment as far as War Thunder is concerned. We've had 2 patches drop fairly recently. 1.81 and 1.83 have recently dropped. And for those of you who have been paying attention to the War Thunder Facebook page, FPE and parts has actually been lowered in price and research cost as well, which is very nice. I'm sure a lot of people are hopefully satisfied with that change. I myself am kind of undecided at the moment. I haven't actually played it. Played the game since that's happened, although that only happened yesterday, I believe, or earlier today. Yesterday, I think, off the top of my head. Boats have finally gone into open beta, which is very nice. I haven't actually played much of the boats at all. As I said, the TV kind of died before I had much of a chance to do anything like that. And if you're looking at the small screen, well, if you're looking at the screen now, just look at the map, look at the icons at the bottom, look at the icons at the top, look at the icon in the corner showing the ship's outline and X-ray. Imagine all of that being cut off. So you can only see half the map, you can only see half the icons, and you can't see the red and blue bar. All you can see is the capture points and whether they're red or blue. That's what it's like playing. It's horrible. I don't like it. Which is why I've been playing Red Dead 2 recently. So yeah, that explains that. From what little I've played of the boats, and this was the only footage I've actually captured of it so far, it's quite fun. I can't see myself playing it religiously like I do with ground forces. I mean, ground forces really are my bread and butter as far as War Thunder is concerned. But it's something I might sort of come back to every now and then. Nothing, you know, particularly interests me with it. It's just sort of a distraction, and it makes it easy to make money as well. So, if in the future I'm really struggling for Silver Lions, I might sort of jump into boat battles for a bit just to relieve the boredom and the stress. But other than that, yeah, I can't see myself playing it too often. That's not a comment on the bad job that Gaijin has made of it, though. I'm not insinuating that they've made a bad job of it. It's actually very good indeed. It's just not really my thing. So, the parts and FPE debacle has finally more or less come to a close as far as I'm concerned. Gaijin have finally decided to allow us to have some money and XP off of the parts and FPE modifications for every ground forces vehicle in the game, which is very, very nice. Thank you for that, Gaijin. You've actually listened at last. It's not as if people haven't been mentioning it for the past 3.5, 4 years. Ever since ground forces went into open beta, people have been complaining about it, and it's only just now been done. Although, if anything, this whole situation does prove the point. if you throw enough shit at the wall, eventually some of it's going to stick, and it may not be particularly shiny, it may not smell particularly nice, but I can assure you something will happen at the end of it. Which is more or less what's happened here. I'm sure most people would have preferred to have actually just had the FPE and parts given to them, but as the streamer, I don't even know his name. I don't care about him enough to know his name, to be honest. He'd come across as a bit of a dick. But the guy that I mentioned in my demeaning streamer video said that everybody who's asking for free parts in FPE is going to expect a free Abrams. Well, no, actually, that wasn't what everyone was saying, but, you know, middle finger up to you, mate. Thank you very much. And on we go. As for how my grinding and stuff has been going recently, it's actually not been going too badly. Again, most of this is all going to be prior to my TV deciding to shit itself. Up until that point, I'd been grinding pretty well with the Americans. The actual economy has been tweaked, for those of you who don't know, so it's actually a lot easier to get research points now. And I really did notice the difference. I noticed the difference using a premium vehicle especially, but I was actually quite staggered at how much of a difference it makes to vehicles that aren't premium, or don't have a talisman on. For example, generally speaking, I go into a match, and on a winning game where I get maybe 2 or 3 kills, but 3 capture zones, because I'm playing the objective, as is the point of the game, I'm not in it for the kills, I'm not in it for the glory, I'm in it for the XP, and capture zones are what gives you the most XP, so naturally I go for those. And in a match such as I've just described, I could expect maybe 6, 7, 8,000 research, depending on the tier I was playing, if we won. If we lost, you're looking at more 4,000 at the most. Now, however, in a premium tank, I played a match more or less the same as that. The results were more or less the same, and I got 15,000 research. And that was at top tier. And 15,000 research doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think that top tier vehicles are 380, 390,000 research, 20,000 is quite a big bite out of that. 15, 20,000 is quite a large chunk of that research done. So if we were to do some very quick maths, 10 games is 200,000 research at 20,000 XP a game. 25 games is roughly, what, 3,000? 300,000 even? I don't know, I'm terrible at maths. So you could theoretically grind out a top tier main battle tank if you were to get matches like that every single time, maybe in 30 games, 35 matches. And I haven't done the maths, obviously, as you can just tell from my crappy calculations there. I'm terrible at math. But it is possible to do it quite quickly, compared to what it used to take. It used to be a proper bang your head against the wall sort of grind, but honestly, now, it's not so bad. And the tanks in the game that are difficult to grind stock, the M60 the M48 pattern with APCR as stock immediately springs to mind. As does the... what's the name of it? The the Jagdpanzer Wehrpump. The flat Panzer, the one with the 90mm on it. It's basically a... it's a TD with a 90mm, but it gets APCR as standard. And the Heat FS is a top tier upgrade, like tier 4 modification. So, trying to play that thing at stock, I mean, I don't think I've even got parts on mine. I think I played maybe half a dozen matches, and I was inches away from throwing my controller into a wall, which is never good. I don't play games to get stressed out. Life is stressful, we know this. I play games to relax, I play games to have fun, and I play games to escape from the horror that is reality that we currently live in. So I have no interest whatsoever in playing a game that just makes me feel bad about myself or makes me feel stressed. And I'm sure most of you guys can agree with that as well. So in terms of what I've actually researched since I last spoke to you guys in my T80 video, which was my last War Thunder video, I do have the BMP2. It's not amazing, but then I haven't played it that much, so I can't really comment on it in fairness. I haven't done the 10 matches, or however many matches it takes to grind out the FP and parts before I do a first impressions video of it. So that probably won't be coming for a while, until I've done that. I want to get the TAM as soon as possible. I did consider free XPing my way to, or through some of it, if not to it, but I just haven't had the time. I mean, yesterday was the first day this week I've actually come home and been able to play War Thunder or play the PS4 in general for any period of time, and it was only an hour. You can't get a lot done in an hour, let's be honest. So, yeah. I am about, I want to say about halfway to the M1 IP, or the IP M1, whatever the fuck it's called. The M1 Abrams that people got tricked into fucking grinding their way out, because it's the same turret as the M1A1 without the gun. Yay. Yeah, I'm only grinding that out because I have to, really, because I'm anticipating the actual M1A1 being added at some point, and the further modifications of the Abrams afterwards. So obviously I'm going to need to grind it in order to go to those. So it's kind of shitty on Gaijin's part that we have to grind 390,000 experience out for a tank that only has a little bit thicker turret armor. Whether it works or not, I don't know, but it's an Abrams. The weak spots are going to be the same. So we will see. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I apologise it wasn't particularly long. I'm hoping to do more videos once we've moved. We're moving on Friday, but we'll have to see how it goes. So for those of you who sticked around, thank you very much. For those of you who are new, please like, share and subscribe if you're interested. It really does help out the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.